Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mouth with the Mic podcast. We're back here with another episode. After last night's game, NBA Finals Game 4, want to do a little bit of a recap, talk about some other news in the sports world so we can get right ahead. Just wanted to say, love the appreciation for my dad on the last episode. Really was a great episode to be able to get that out with him. Him be the first guest, talking about the Niners. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and watch it, and let's get started. So, Mavs avoid a sweep. I mean, great game. They won by 38 points, complete domination from start to finish. Really loved what I saw from Dallas there. I mean, obviously down 3-0. No team has ever done it. And really just, I think the way they got to think about it is you go 1-0 4 times, and then you're the NBA champions. They'll think about it as, man, nobody's ever done this. Just, if anyone could do this, it could be us. I think that's how they have to think about this. And they made a statement out there last night, winning by 38, 122-84. Luka was dominant, 29 points. He had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, was a plus 30. Kyrie was great, 21 plus 28 for the whole game, 10 of 18 from the field. Also had 4 rebounds and 6 assists. Really liked what I saw from Dallas last night. I mean, 50 combined points from that duo. But they also had other guys. And I felt like that's been the problem all series with Dallas. It's been stuck to, just Kyrie and Luka, or just Luka in some games. They need those other guys around them to be able to go and get points and provide a scoring option as well. Because with such a deep Celtics team, they're not going to be able to hang in playing with 2 guys mainly dominating the game. So those other guys that we saw, really great game from Tim Hardaway. 5 threes, 5 of 7 from 3, had 15 points. Derek Lively had 11. 10 points from Dante Exum, someone you don't really hear about. And those 3 guys were, I feel like, the best, role players. Obviously, those guys in that starting lineup, I really need to see more from guys like P.J. Washington, 6 points. Derek Jones Jr., 5 points, and Daniel Gafford, 7 points. Obviously, Daniel Gafford's not known as much of a scoring option. But I still need to see more from those guys. I mean, even with 3 of their starters combining for 18 points, they still win by 38. So I feel like, if Dallas can go on a little bit of a run here, they could really make this interesting, 2 more games, you win. All you got to do, say, go on a 2-game winning streak. That's how they have to think about it. 2-game winning streak and the series is tied. That's how you really have to think about it. You win 2 games in a row and your series is tied. So I really think that's how Dallas has to think about it. They got a tough game heading back to Boston. It's going to be a really, really daunting atmosphere, and they got a strong challenge ahead of them. So on the Boston side of things, Tatum was not great. In general, Boston wasn't great. They had 84 points through 4 quarters. Tatum was a minus 33. He was 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 fouls. Not great. Al Horford was a minus 18, only had 3 points. Jrue Holiday, 4 of 10, 10 points, minus 38. A minus 38 in the NBA Finals. Come on. He was great. He was great in that other game. I think it was game 3. He had like 26 points. Or was it game 2 or game 3? He had 26 points. Minus 38 is just terrible. Derek White was 2 of 8. He took 8 3-pointers. He took 8 field goals. I don't know what I saw from Boston last night. 2 of 8. You took 8 3-pointers, 8 field goals. Every single one of your shots was a 3-point. You only made 2. You had 6 points. You were a minus 29. And then Jaylen Brown, someone who I really was impressed with so far, wasn't great at all. Was terrible, actually. 3 of 12, 1 of 5 from 3. Had just 10 points, and he was a minus 28. So, and back to Jrue Holiday being awful. 5 turnovers. Yikes. So besides Tatum, the leading scorer for Boston is Sam Hauser. Congratulations, Sam Hauser. You scored 14 points. You were minus 20, though. You had 4 3-pointers. 11 points from Peyton Pritchard. He shot 14 shots. Peyton Pritchard shot 14 shots in 22 minutes. I don't think Boston wanted to win last night. No. I don't think they wanted to win last night. I think they were like, yeah, let's get this one at home. Let's end the series at home. Um, that this could be one of the worst performances I've seen in finals history. This is terrible. Like 84 points in 4 quarters. These are some of the worst stats I've seen. I mean, me personally, I didn't watch the whole game, but yeah, this is bad, bad, terrible, embarrassing performance from Boston. I mean, Mavs with the third largest win in NBA Finals history, win by 38. And if I have any predictions going ahead, I don't know. Like this game tells a lot about. I, this game tells a lot about the Mavs thinking they could come back from this. It tells a lot about Boston. I mean, Kristaps Porzingis is still out. Reportedly he was available for last night, but he didn't play. So I don't really know what's going on with that. He's dealing with a lot of injuries, and if I have to say, I feel like if I think Boston wins in 5, but if Dallas is able to grab Game 5, this is a series. This is a series. If they grab Game 5 in Boston, go back to Dallas, I think they could grab Game 6, and now this is going 7. Now this is going 7. We saw Boston do it last year. They didn't complete it. It was in the Eastern Conference Finals versus Miami. They were down 3-0, and they brought it to 7, and Miami ended up winning. I feel like if Dallas is able to get this to 7, they'll close it out. I don't know if they'll win in Game 5, though. Boston will take Game 5 seriously, and I'm telling you, I think Boston's going to get Game 5. I think this series is over. But if Dallas is able to grab Game 5, this is once again a series. This is like, I think if Dallas grabs Game 5, they're going to grab Game 6 too. And at that point, they're on a roll. I think they grab Game 7 too in Boston. So I guess we'll see. I think if Boston's best opportunity to win the series is on in Game 5, they got to do it. They got to close this one out. So an interesting NBA Finals. We can move over to the NFL. Some big news over there. Last episode with my dad, we were talking about the Niners. We didn't really get into depth with new news, but Christian McCaffrey now on the cover of Madden 25. Definitely something I want to get. Just to like a game that I've played a lot. To be able to see your favorite player on that cover, I think is really special, and I think something he's really excited about. Madden 25, Christian McCaffrey's on the cover. Really, really think they made the right decision there. I mean, he's the face of this league offensively. He got a new contract, so big things happening for Christian McCaffrey this offseason. Really like what I'm seeing from him, that he's getting the recognition he deserves. And yeah, speaking of contracts, Trevor Lawrence. 5-year, $275 million extension to stay with the Jaguars. See, this is something I don't really know about. So Trevor Lawrence is now tied for the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. He got $200 million guaranteed. He's making $55 million a year. I don't know what to really say about this, considering Trevor Lawrence has been good, but he hasn't been great. And to pay him that kind of money, I mean, you saw guys like Joe Burrow get that kind of money. Patrick Mahomes is making that kind of money. Jalen Hurts, these are all guys we know as, like elite quarterbacks. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is an elite quarterback. I mean, like, yeah, I don't see him as an elite quarterback. Yeah, not really much to say. One playoff win in about 3 years. He throws a lot of picks, makes a lot of bad decisions. I mean, back-to-back years, he's kind of sold. He's dealt with injuries, but I mean, I think he's deserving of a big contract. Like, don't get me wrong, Trevor Lawrence is good, but $55 million a year, number one paid quarterback in the NFL is, yeah, I didn't really get that. So not much news dealing with the NFL. You want to move to the MLB. The Yankees are on a roll. I mean, first team to 50 wins. They're first in the AL. Judge and Soto are just wrecking everybody. I mean, they got I think they have the best lineup in the MLB. Alex Verdugo. They had the Boston yesterday. Alex Verdugo versus old team exacts revenge on them. Really was a key piece in last night's win. They won 8-1. Yeah, Yankees are on a roll. Really like what I'm seeing from them. I really feel like they could be the favorite to win it all this year. 50-22. They've won 7 of their last 10, and they are destroying the American League right now. You know, you got a couple of teams like the Orioles and the Guardians, but I think the Yankees are really, really special this year. They got, I really like what I saw from Louis Gill. I like that pitching staff. Obviously, you have Cole coming back. He's been doing really well in his rehab starts. So, really like what I see from New York this year. Not the Mets, Mets have been awful and awful. I mean, they've done a little bit better in the last couple games. You can see they won 7 of the last 10. They're 31-37, so they're on a little bit of a roll. But I think the Mets could be one of those teams that sells at the deadline, and then on the other side in New York, you got the Yankees who are just on a roll, 50-22. I think they could be a real threat to win the World Series this year. So that's going to be just a little bit of a shorter episode for you all, get you in a little bit of a news, finals recap, Please keep leaving your comments, keep following, keep liking, it only helps me. And, like I said in the last episode, summer's coming up. We're going to be dropping a lot. More guests are going to be on the show. And, hope y'all like the ride and stick with me. I'll see y'all later. Have a great day. And this is Mal with the mic.